Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's both challenging and empowering. 12 signs you should cut all contact with someone. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the principles of Stoicism, this guide is here to help you navigate the tough decision of when and why to cut ties with certain individuals in your life. Have you ever found yourself drained after every interaction with someone? Or felt that a relationship is more harmful than beneficial? In this video, we'll explore clear signs that it might be time to step back and protect your peace. From emotional manipulation to constant negativity, we'll cover the red flags that indicate it's time to let go. We'll delve into practical, real-world advice on how to handle these situations with grace and strength, all while staying true to yourself and your values. Remember, prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish. It's necessary for a healthy and balanced life. Are you ready to reclaim your energy and create a more positive, supportive environment for yourself? Let's get started. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button if you find this content valuable, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more insightful content like this. Let's embark on this journey together and discover how to apply Stoic principles to our modern lives. Stay tuned and let's learn how to make the tough but necessary decisions for our mental and emotional health. Recognizing emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is a subtle but powerful form of control that can significantly impact your mental and emotional well-being. How do you know if someone is manipulating you emotionally? This question is crucial because recognizing the signs can be the first step towards reclaiming your autonomy and mental peace. Emotional manipulators often use guilt, shame, and fear to control their victims. They might play the victim themselves, making you feel responsible for their unhappiness or problems. For example, if they constantly say things like, "I don't know what I'd do without you," or "You're the only one who can help me," they might be trying to make you feel indispensable and guilty for even considering stepping back. Another common tactic is gaslighting, where the manipulator makes you question your own reality or sanity. They might deny events that you clearly remember, twist facts, or tell you that you're overreacting. For instance, if you confront them about a hurtful comment they made, they might respond with, "You're too sensitive," or "That never happened." Over time, this can erode your self-confidence and make you dependent on their version of reality. Manipulators also frequently use emotional blackmail, where they threaten you with negative consequences if you don't comply with their wishes. This could be anything from threatening to end the relationship, to harming themselves, or spreading rumors about you. For example, they might say, "If you leave me, I'll hurt myself," or "I'll tell everyone your secrets if you don't do what I want." These threats are designed to trap you in a cycle of fear and obligation. These tactics create a dynamic where you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid of upsetting them or triggering an emotional outburst. This constant state of anxiety and stress is a clear indicator that something is wrong. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and open communication, not fear and manipulation. Daily life examples can help illuminate these tactics. Imagine you have a friend who always needs your help, often at inconvenient times. They call you at midnight because they're upset about something trivial and insist you come over immediately. If you decline, they accuse you of not caring about them. Over time, you find yourself sacrificing your own needs and time to cater to theirs, feeling guilty if you don't comply. Or consider a romantic partner who frequently makes you doubt your decisions. You decide to spend time with friends, and they say, "If you really loved me, you'd stay home." This statement is designed to make you feel guilty and question your own choices, manipulating you into prioritizing their needs over yours. The emotional toll of such manipulation can be profound, leading to feelings of worthlessness, depression, and anxiety. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards protecting yourself. It's important to set boundaries and communicate your feelings openly. If the manipulator doesn't respect your boundaries, it may be time to consider cutting ties for your own well-being. Remember, your emotional health is paramount. No relationship is worth sacrificing your peace of mind. It's okay to prioritize yourself and walk away from situations that harm you. Embrace the strength to recognize manipulation and the courage to act on that recognition, reclaiming your life and happiness. Identifying constant negativity. Constant negativity in any relationship can be incredibly draining and toxic. It's not always obvious at first, but over time, the pervasive pessimism can erode your sense of well-being and happiness. How can you identify if someone is persistently negative, and what should you do about it? Negative individuals often exhibit a consistent pattern of complaints and pessimism. They rarely have anything positive to say, and their outlook on life tends to be bleak. This behavior isn't just an occasional bad mood, it's a persistent mindset. They may frequently talk about their problems without seeking solutions, and even when good things happen, they find something to complain about or a reason to believe it won't last. One clear sign of constant negativity is when every conversation turns into a gripe session, whether it's about work, family, friends, or general life circumstances. Negative people always seem to find the cloud in every silver lining. For example, if they receive a promotion, instead of being happy, they might say, "Now I'll just have more responsibilities and stress." If the weather is nice, they might complain about the future forecast. This relentless focus on the negative can make it difficult to enjoy their company. Another hallmark of negativity is a lack of support and encouragement. Negative individuals often struggle to be happy for others. When you share your successes or good news, they may downplay your achievements, respond with envy, or shift the focus back to their own problems. For instance, you might share that you got a new job, and their response could be something like, "Well, good for you, but I'm stuck in my dead-end job." Their inability to celebrate with you can dampen your joy and make you feel unsupported. Negative people also tend to engage in gossip and criticism. They frequently talk about others in a disparaging manner, focusing on faults and mistakes rather than strengths and successes. This behavior not only spreads negativity but can also make you wary of what they might say about you when you're not around. If someone constantly criticizes others, it's likely they'll eventually direct that criticism towards you as well. In daily life, living or working with a constantly negative person can be exhausting. Imagine starting your day feeling positive, only to have your mood dragged down by a colleague who complains about every aspect of their job. Over time, their negativity can affect your own outlook and productivity. Similarly, if a close friend always sees the downside of everything, you might find yourself avoiding their calls or feeling drained after spending time with them. The impact of constant negativity isn't just emotional. It can also be physical. Chronic exposure to negativity can lead to increased stress, which can manifest in physical symptoms such as headaches, muscle tension, and fatigue. Over time, this stress can take a serious toll on your health. Recognizing these patterns is crucial for your well-being. Once you identify that someone in your life is a constant source of negativity, it's important to take steps to protect yourself. Start by setting boundaries. Limit the amount of time you spend with them and avoid getting drawn into their negative conversations. Instead, steer the conversation towards more positive or neutral topics. If they begin to complain, you might gently change the subject or offer a different perspective. Communicate your feelings honestly but tactfully. Let them know how their negativity affects you. For example, you might say, "I've noticed that our conversations often focus on negative aspects, and it's starting to affect my mood. Can we try to talk about more positive things?" This approach can help them become more aware of their behavior and its impact. In some cases, especially if the negative person is a close friend or family member, it might be necessary to consider more drastic measures. If their negativity is deeply ingrained and resistant to change, you might need to distance yourself for your own mental health. This doesn't mean you have to cut them out of your life completely, but reducing contact and focusing on relationships that uplift you can be beneficial. Surround yourself with positive influences. Engage with people who inspire and support you, and invest time in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Cultivating a positive environment can help counterbalance the effects of negativity and reinforce your resilience. Remember, you have the right to protect your mental and emotional health. Constant negativity is not just a minor annoyance. It's a serious issue that can impact every aspect of your life. By recognizing the signs and taking proactive steps, you can create a more positive and supportive environment for yourself. Understanding boundary violations. Boundary violations are a serious issue in any relationship, as they undermine trust, respect, and personal autonomy. How can you recognize when someone is crossing your boundaries, and what can you do to protect yourself? Boundaries are the personal limits we set for ourselves to feel safe and comfortable in our interactions with others. These can be physical, emotional, or psychological. A boundary violation occurs when someone disregards these limits, making you feel uncomfortable, disrespected, or even threatened. One common sign of boundary violations is when someone consistently ignores your wishes and needs. For instance, you might express a desire for personal space or time alone, but the person insists on being around you or intruding on your privacy. This could involve showing up unannounced at your home, frequently calling or texting despite being asked to limit contact, or pressuring you to engage in activities you're not comfortable with. The key issue here is the disregard for your expressed boundaries. Another form of boundary violation is emotional overstepping. This can manifest in various ways, such as making inappropriate comments, sharing personal information about you without consent, or making you feel guilty for having needs and boundaries. For example, if you tell a friend about a private matter and later find out they've shared it with others, this is a clear violation of your emotional boundaries. Similarly, someone might guilt-trip you for not wanting to spend time with them, saying things like, "I thought we were close friends, but I guess you don't care about me as much as I care about you." This manipulative behavior is designed to make you feel bad for setting healthy limits. Physical boundaries are also crucial and can be violated in various ways. This includes anything from unwanted physical contact to invading your personal space. If you find yourself uncomfortable with how someone touches you or how close they stand to you, and they disregard your discomfort or requests to stop, this is a significant boundary violation. For example, if a colleague insists on hugging you despite your clear preference for a handshake, they are disrespecting your physical boundaries. Violations of boundaries can also occur in digital spaces. In today's world, respecting someone's digital privacy is just as important as respecting their physical space. This can include looking through someone's phone or computer without permission, monitoring their online activities, or demanding to know their passwords. For instance, a partner who insists on having access to all your social media accounts despite your discomfort is violating your digital boundaries. Recognizing boundary violations can be challenging because they often start small and escalate over time. Initially, you might feel a bit uneasy or disrespected, but as the violations continue, your discomfort can grow into significant stress and anxiety. It's important to trust your instincts. If someone's actions make you feel uncomfortable, it's a signal that your boundaries might be under threat. The impact of boundary violations can be profound. Emotionally, you might feel powerless, anxious, or constantly on edge. Physically, you might experience symptoms such as headaches, fatigue, or tension. Over time, repeated boundary violations can lead to feelings of resentment and mistrust, significantly damaging the relationship. Addressing boundary violations involves clear and assertive communication. Start by identifying your boundaries and understanding why they are important to you. Once you have a clear sense of your limits, communicate them to the person involved. Be specific and direct about what you need. For example, you might say, "I need you to call before coming over because I value my personal space," or "Please don't share personal information about me with others." If the person respects your boundaries after this conversation, it's a good sign. However, if they continue to violate your limits, you may need to take stronger actions. This could involve limiting your interactions with them, or in severe cases, cutting off contact entirely. Remember, you have the right to enforce your boundaries and protect your well-being. In daily life, setting and maintaining boundaries might involve ongoing effort. You might need to remind people of your limits and consistently enforce them. This can be challenging, especially if the other person is resistant or manipulative. For instance, a family member might insist on discussing topics that make you uncomfortable despite your repeated requests to stop. In such cases, reinforcing your boundary might mean leaving the conversation or the room when the topic comes up. Additionally, it's important to seek support. Talk to trusted friends or a therapist about your experiences. They can offer validation, advice, and strategies for maintaining your boundaries. Surrounding yourself with people who respect your limits can also help reinforce your sense of autonomy and self-respect. Understanding and addressing boundary violations is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships and protecting your mental and emotional health. By recognizing the signs, communicating your needs clearly, and enforcing your limits, you can create a safe and respectful environment for yourself. Remember, you deserve to have your boundaries respected and to feel comfortable in your interactions with others. Dealing with chronic unreliability. Chronic unreliability in a relationship can be incredibly frustrating and damaging. When someone consistently fails to keep their promises or fulfill their commitments, it erodes trust and creates a sense of instability. How can you identify chronic unreliability, and what steps can you take to address it? Chronic unreliability is characterized by a repeated pattern of broken promises, missed deadlines, and unfulfilled obligations. This behavior goes beyond occasional lapses. It reflects a habitual inability or unwillingness to follow through on commitments. If you find yourself frequently let down by someone, it's important to recognize this pattern as a serious issue. One common sign of chronic unreliability is frequent cancellations or no-shows. For example, a friend who regularly cancels plans at the last minute, or a colleague who repeatedly misses meetings without prior notice. Over time, these behaviors signal that the person is not dependable. You might start to feel anxious or frustrated whenever you make plans with them, anticipating another letdown. Another indicator is a lack of follow-through on promises. This could manifest in various ways, such as a partner who promises to take care of certain responsibilities but never does, or a family member who consistently fails to show up when they said they would help. For instance, if someone promises to pick you up from the airport but forgets or arrives late every time, it demonstrates a disregard for your time and trust. Chronic unreliability also often comes with a pattern of excuses and justifications. While occasional explanations for missing a commitment are understandable, a person who is chronically unreliable tends to have a constant stream of excuses. They might blame external factors, other people, or even their own forgetfulness, without taking responsibility for their actions. Over time, you might find that their apologies feel insincere and their excuses wear thin. In daily life, dealing with a chronically unreliable person can lead to significant stress and disruption. Imagine relying on a coworker who always misses deadlines, causing you to scramble to complete projects on time. Or consider the emotional toll of depending on a partner who repeatedly lets you down. making you question their commitment and reliability. This ongoing uncertainty can impact your mental health, leading to feelings of frustration, anxiety, and even resentment. Addressing chronic unreliability involves setting clear expectations and communicating your concerns directly. Start by having an honest conversation with the person. Explain how their behavior affects you and the importance of reliability in your relationship. For example, you might say, "When you cancel plans at the last minute, it makes me feel like I can't count on you. I need to know that I can rely on you to keep your commitments." It's important to be specific about your expectations and the changes you need to see. Instead of vague requests like, "Be more reliable," give concrete examples of what reliable behavior looks like. For instance, "Please let me know at least 24 hours in advance if you need to cancel plans," or "I need you to follow through on your promises without needing reminders." If the person responds positively and makes an effort to change, acknowledge their progress and reinforce the importance of reliability. However, if they continue to be unreliable, you may need to take further steps to protect yourself. This might involve reducing your dependence on them or limiting the scope of your interactions. For example, you could stop making plans that require their participation or avoid assigning them critical tasks at work. In some cases, chronic unreliability may stem from deeper issues such as poor time management skills, underlying personal problems, or a lack of respect for others' time and needs. If you suspect this is the case, consider suggesting they seek professional help or work on developing better organizational skills. However, remember that it's not your responsibility to fix their behavior. Your primary goal should be to protect your own well-being. One practical approach to dealing with unreliability is to have a backup plan. This can reduce your stress and ensure that you're not left in a difficult position when someone lets you down. For instance, if you have a friend who often cancels plans, make arrangements that don't solely depend on their participation, or have alternative activities in mind. Additionally, surround yourself with reliable people who respect your time and commitments. Building a network of dependable friends, family, and colleagues can help counterbalance the effects of dealing with a chronically unreliable person. These relationships can provide you with the stability and support that the unreliable person cannot. Dealing with chronic unreliability is challenging, but by setting clear expectations, communicating your needs, and taking steps to protect yourself, you can manage the impact on your life. Remember, you deserve relationships where trust and reliability are mutual. If someone consistently fails to meet these standards, it's okay to reassess the relationship and make decisions that prioritize your well-being. Trust and dependability are cornerstones of healthy relationships, and maintaining these standards is essential for your mental and emotional health. Handling lack of mutual respect. Mutual respect is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship, whether it's with a partner, friend, family member, or colleague. When respect is lacking, it can lead to feelings of worthlessness, frustration, and emotional distress. How can you identify a lack of mutual respect, and what steps can you take to address it? A lack of mutual respect often manifests through dismissive or condescending behavior. One clear sign is when someone regularly belittles or undermines you. This can be overt, such as making derogatory comments about your abilities or character, or more subtle, like rolling their eyes or sighing when you speak. Over time, these behaviors can erode your self-esteem and make you question your worth. Another indication is a disregard for your opinions and feelings. In a respectful relationship, both parties listen to each other and value each other's perspectives. If you find that someone frequently dismisses your ideas, interrupts you, or fails to consider your feelings, it's a sign of disrespect. For example, if you express concerns about a decision and the other person brushes them off without discussion, it shows they do not value your input. Lack of respect can also be seen in how someone treats your time and boundaries. Respectful individuals understand and honor the limits you set for yourself. When someone consistently ignores your boundaries, whether it's by showing up uninvited, demanding your time without regard for your schedule, or invading your personal space, it reflects a lack of respect. For instance, a friend who constantly pressures you to change your plans for their convenience is not respecting your time or priorities. In romantic relationships, lack of mutual respect can be particularly damaging. This might include controlling behavior, where one partner tries to dictate what the other can or cannot do, or dismissive behavior, where one partner's needs and desires are consistently overlooked. For example, if your partner regularly makes important decisions without consulting you, or invalidates your feelings during arguments, it demonstrates a lack of respect for you as an equal partner. In a work environment, disrespect can take the form of micromanagement, lack of acknowledgement, or unfair treatment. If a manager frequently disregards your professional input, critiques you harshly in front of others, or gives preferential treatment to other employees, it can create a toxic atmosphere that undermines your confidence and job satisfaction. This not only affects your performance, but can also lead to increased stress and burnout. The impact of a lack of mutual respect can be profound. Emotionally, it can lead to feelings of anger, resentment, and low self-esteem. Over time, these negative emotions can affect your mental health, leading to anxiety, depression, and a sense of isolation. Physically, the stress caused by disrespectful relationships can manifest in symptoms like headaches, fatigue, and a weakened immune system. Addressing a lack of mutual respect requires clear and assertive communication. Start by reflecting on specific behaviors that have made you feel disrespected. When discussing these issues, use I statements to express your feelings without sounding accusatory. For example, say, "I feel hurt when my opinions are dismissed," instead of, "You never listen to me." This approach can help the other person understand your perspective without feeling attacked. It's important to set and enforce boundaries. Let the person know what behaviors are unacceptable and what the consequences will be if they continue. For instance, if a colleague frequently interrupts you during meetings, you might say, "I need to finish my point before we move on to another topic. If this continues, I'll have to speak with our manager about it." Setting clear boundaries helps establish the respect you expect and deserve. In some cases, the other person may not realize their behavior is disrespectful. Give them an opportunity to change by clearly communicating your needs and expectations. If they respond positively and make an effort to improve, acknowledge their progress and continue to reinforce the importance of mutual respect. However, if the person continues to disregard your boundaries and shows no willingness to change, it may be necessary to reassess the relationship. This could mean reducing your interactions with them, seeking support from others, or in extreme cases, ending the relationship altogether. Remember, you have the right to be treated with respect and to prioritize your own well-being. In a work context, dealing with disrespectful behavior might involve speaking to a supervisor or HR department. Document specific instances of disrespect and explain how they impact your work. A professional setting should promote respect and cooperation, and it's important to address any behavior that undermines this environment. In daily life, fostering relationships built on mutual respect involves mutual effort and understanding. Surround yourself with people who value and respect you and who are willing to communicate openly and honestly. Engage in activities that boost your self-esteem and reinforce your sense of self-worth. Practicing self-respect is equally important. Treat yourself with the same kindness and consideration you expect from others. Handling a lack of mutual respect is challenging, But by recognizing the signs, communicating your needs, and taking proactive steps, you can protect your emotional and mental health. Mutual respect is essential for healthy and fulfilling relationships, and you deserve to be in environments where you are valued and respected. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of recognizing when it's time to cut ties with someone, drawing from the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and Stoic philosophy. Navigating relationships can be challenging, but understanding the signs of emotional manipulation, constant negativity, boundary violations, chronic unreliability, and lack of mutual respect can help you make informed decisions that prioritize your well-being. Remember, your mental and emotional health are paramount. It's okay to set boundaries, communicate your needs, and step back from relationships that don't serve you. You deserve to be surrounded by positivity, respect, and support. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your stories can inspire and help others who might be facing similar challenges. Together, we can build a community of resilience, wisdom, and support. Stay strong, stay stoic, and remember to always prioritize your well-being. Until next time, take care.